All right, looks like we're almost up here. Just give me a second. Oh, crashed again on me. Looks like we're having problems with this. Hold on, let me see if it's working. Yeah, good morning to you, Norman, everyone. All right, you know what? Let me just bring up another platform, and we'll just go from there. That's what's always important, to have two different platforms. Very important when it comes to trading. In case one goes down, the other one you bring it back up. Listen, it's technology. Well, everyone, welcome back on Tuesday. Hopefully, everyone is pretty excited for this week. We're already almost halfway into the month, so it's been a really exciting one. We had a couple of really good trades yesterday, a couple of really nice mover this morning. Just really quick, the MDGS was awesome this morning. You could see the stock right at 8 o'clock in the morning, which that's what time we start in pre-market. Stock went from $1.75 up to $3.75, $2. And remember, you don't need $2. If you got 50 cents of it, you got a quarter of that move. You did really well in 1,000 shares, and it wasn't a lot of money to do it. So that was pretty great right there. So, and there's a whole list of them that did come up. This morning when I was trading, and when you guys logged in, this morning I was talking to everyone. I was telling you that really wasn't that. I didn't really find that much into the morning because I usually start around, which a lot of you are in this room, at 7:30 in the morning Eastern time, 7:45. Nothing really picked up until 8 a.m. And then all of a sudden 8 a.m. started coming in. That's where all these things started coming from nowhere. But there's a lot of them. CEI, PED, EARS, a couple of them out there. We'll talk about them just in about a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about what happened yesterday, because there were a couple of good stocks that did move. I want to start off with the MDLY. So the MDLY was a really, really interesting stock. So let me just blow this up here so you can see what's going on right here. So this stock was an unbelievable pre-market trading. And then right at 9 o'clock, we talked about this yesterday, the stock got halted, and it wasn't even a halt. It was halt not on for volatility on some type of news, and the stock went right back down to 90 cents. So listen, it was, and you heard me saying it right in pre-market, take the money and run, take the money and run, take the money and run. If you bought it at $1.90 and you sold it at $2.20, you did great. You bought it at, $2.10 and you sold it at $2.30, great. So it went to $2.80. This is why we always tell you, you have to take the money and run, because guess what? You would have blown up your account. But it was a fun stock, great stock. It was awesome. And you know what feels even better? I love owning a stock and it gets crushed right after I sell it. I'm like, you see, that's what trading's all about, because that's why we do it. Remember, it's not about hitting home runs, it's about base hits. And this is what I hope this is a very important lesson to all you cyber traders out there. Why, you can't get cocky and get greedy on situations like that. But that was pretty awesome. Workhorse, I want to talk about that one. Workhorse also yesterday, stock, we know had that big deal with the U.S. Postal Service, but then she started backing off. She ended up becoming a nice little short here. You could see the stock literally started backing off. I don't know if it was on your short list. There's an old saying, buy on rumor, sell on news. So that's where that one came in. Plug, another one. Stock, we've been having a great time with it. Stock's been having a really nice little rally lately. But then right out of the gate, boom, 9:30, the thing got hammered, destroyed. Look at that, $19.13 down to $17. So listen, I know a lot of us were trading this around $15, $16, $17. You're like, oh my God, I'm at 19. Boom. You know what? You could lose it just as quickly. You don't count your chickens until they hatch. So that one also did pretty well. There was also a couple of things with, well, let me talk about this one too before I move. This one was also really, really good yesterday. 520 to about 780. Nice little mover in a big day. I actually made most of my money in this stock right here during the day. You could see it had a really nice pop right around 10:30. Ran from 5 up to, you could see it right here, went to 620, and then right in the middle of the day, which we're not always a fan of, but that had that really big pop right there. Now, the Bitcoin's doing pretty well. I mean, obviously, there was a couple of those other stocks that obviously had a nice little push, little cheapies right here. Those did okay. You had the Riot, you had the MARA. That one also very cheap, very level one stocks. So those also kind of worked out right there. All right. So let's go look what's going on this morning, and then we'll and then I got a couple of announcements I want to make and want to talk about this morning. We actually lost a very important person in the cyber group room, and I want to share it with you guys. So, so before we do that, let's just go through the watch list. And I'll tell you a little bit about, the person that had left us. So anyway, so we got PED. That stock did really, really well right there. PD in pre-market moved really nice right there. $1.50 to $4. Big move right there. She's starting to back off. You know what? It's incredible how much that stock moved in volatility, but look at the spread. Spread was really nice, comfortable. It just got there so fast. So anyway, I want to see how the stock trades, but to me, as of right now, the stock looks like a short squeeze in pre-market. CEI. Another nice little mover. Looks like she built some little support levels right here. Nice little trend right there. Peter, nice to see you too on YouTube. At $1.15, Andrea was talking about this stock just the other day, not the other day, just early this morning. Goes, oh, I remember this CEI, and that was pretty cool what he brought up about it, that he made, that he traded it and remembered it very, very well. But we did really well with the stock. It's nice. Level one had a really nice pop from $1.05 to $1.30. Looks like she's building some support levels. There's a couple of iceberg orders out there that are kind of holding it right around the $1.15. Let's see how that stock works out. You can see ARCA right now has got about 18,000 shares right there. MDGS. So MDGS, since 8:45 till now, she's really holding some really good support levels right around here at the $2.90 to $3. She's building a really interesting foundation. Now, you guys remember that we traded this in May. This stock went from 2 to about 5. So listen, there's still movement out there. Listen, it might not go to 5, but if you bought it and it goes to 325, 350, that's all that matters. 13 million shares traded. So if you're an advanced trader, you could trade more shares of it. If you're a beginner, you could trade very little of it, but it is a level one stock. A couple of the ones that came up on my radar, but I kind of fell out of love with them. I don't know what happened, but the SOS, it's a new IPO. It's not that old of a company, but had a really big pop earlier this morning, and then all of a sudden she backed off. I mean, going to 360, back down to 240. So I kind of just wanted to show you, because I had that stock on the watch list in pre-market. You can see how they can crap out right after that. ALT is another one. The stock is up 12%. It was up bigger than that. It was up at 17. It came back down to 14. You remember we traded the stock in July. Went from 10 to 35. We did very, very well with ALT. So because we know how we traded it back then, I put it on the watch list. We'll see how things go right now. But as we could see, the spread's a little big. 300,000 shares in pre-market is actually not that bad. And then last is the ENLV. It's the last one on our watch list right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Stock obviously was $4 stock, went to 14. She's up a little bit this morning, about $1.19, up 10%. Not as nice as the other ones, but looks pretty good. Now, regarding about expensive stocks, okay? So listen, time to time we do some swing trades, and there are a couple of big expensive ones that we do trade. I want you to keep an eye on Zoom, okay? So Zoom looks like it's building a little bit of a Fausto flag right here. This is a stock that we've been trading in at $1.30, $1.60. A lot of you guys killed it. We made a lot of money with Zoom. You know what? She looks very strong. I sold it. I might consider buying it back. The bad thing about being a day trader is, you're just too conservative. You know what I mean? You're very conservative. You don't get cocky. You don't get greedy. You just want to take the money and run sometimes. So that's one of the bad things about being a day trader. It's a good thing, because you always you hope for the best, but you always prepare for the worst a lot, because you see stocks like the one that we just traded yesterday, the MDLY, how the thing just went straight up and came back down. But keep an eye on this one. DraftKings, we know about DraftKings, the news on that one too, because it's got some good support levels. I ended up buying it back. I got it right around $50 that I bought it back. Remember, they're doing a secondary offering where they offered all those shares. And keep an eye on Pins. Pins is really testing that high right there. That's another one I want you to be focused on, that one right there. So a couple of good swing trades. I know some of you guys were talking about Disney. I mean, it's in the news right now. Disney. But look what's going on in pre-market. It's going back down. So even though it's up 4, it's one thing. But you know what? Regarding about the Disney trade, did it really go anywhere? Like, I mean, we were trading the stock. I sold it. I got in at like 105. I sold it at 110, because I was tying my buying power. There was so much other stocks that you can make more money. Now, I know it's a great story, great company, great everything, but did it really move? You know what I mean? Like, remember, as being a professional trader, it's all about risk to reward. Okay. You're in the business to make money, not in the business to invest into stocks. And some of these stocks obviously don't move. Your money's better well spent, because at the end of the day, you're only here for one reason only, and that's to make money. Okay. Now, is there anything else that I'm missing? Yeah, Jerry made $4 on it. Good job. Way to go, Jerry. Nice. Grant says the Jill trade is moving too. Let me look at that one. Was it JILL? Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Way to call that one out. I'm gonna throw that back on the. I'm gonna throw that in the watch list. Way to go, Grant. All right, way to go. Nice call out there. All right. All right. So there's your watch list. Now, guys, couple of things before we go. Don't forget, today is Tuesday, so we have Traders Talk today. And it's going to be, remember, we have Traders Talk, one of the most popular the cyber group things that we do here once a week. So Josh is going to be doing Traders Talk. Don't miss that opportunity. We're going to start that at 11:30. So you make your money, and then we'll do Traders Talk. And then obviously, remember, tomorrow we got our event that we're going to be doing, open house, and I will be on Wealth 365. Hopefully everybody's been enjoying it, and hopefully everybody signed up for it. All right. Now, before we go, like I said, I have some really sad news that I want to share with you guys. It was actually pretty touching for me. And it was one of our students, a long, loyal student. His name is Richard Cucurell. Okay. And Richard, I spoke to his wife, and his wife called up and told us the bad news that he just passed away. And it's funny because I never really heard too much about Richard as much. He was always in the room. He was always there, but he was quiet. I don't know if you guys noticed him. If you look at the names, he wasn't a really outspoken person. But what's really touching to me that he told me, that his wife told me, and I think this actually goes for all of us here, is she said that he always looked forward to waking up, Fausto, and hearing you talk about some stocks, and being part of a team that were working together and surrounding himself with people just like him in the same age group and everything else. That was one of his reasons. She said she probably would have passed away a long time ago, but he goes, you were definitely an inspiration to him for being there, and him waking up every morning to be part of the morning meetings and be part of it, because this is what he really did love. And it was very touching to me that he said that. And I just want to wish him, I bet in a happy place. Hope God's going to take care of him. And I know he's all looking down on us, and probably want to thank us all for what he's done, because it just wasn't me, guys. It was also you being part of it. And it's not the first time I ever heard this. We had Anita Hamburger. She was also a great woman. Did the same thing. This was her life. Woke up every morning. This is something that gave her inspiration, fighting cancer, to say, you know what, this is what kept my mind focused and everything else. So I was actually very touched when she said that. I was sad that he passed away, but I was very touched when she did mention that. She was really upset. But he said he was there every day. He woke up every morning. He just loved being part of it and everything else. It was quiet, but whatever. But let's just all wish him rest in peace. Richard Cockerell, thank you very much for being part of the team, and hopefully you rest in peace. And hopefully God would take care of you. Thank you very much for being part of the team. All right. So everyone, with that said, we'll see you back at 11:30.